today we're going to start on a series called 14 Chapters of Buddhism. This is actually a book written by Professor Li Bingnan. He was a Dharma teacher of Master Jin Kong. He wrote this book in the 1960s to teach college students about Buddhism. This book has three great qualities. Number one, it's very complete. It encompasses all of Buddhism as a whole. Number two, it's very accurate. It's only based on Buddha's actual sutras and teaching. There's not a word of personal opinion in this book. Number three, it's very organized. All the chapters are systematically ordered and it's made out of charts that are easy to follow and understand. So today we are going to have an overview of the 14 chapters. Chapter 1, Meaning of Buddha. When Shakyamuni Buddha first realized Buddhahood, he said, "How amazing, how amazing! All sentient beings have the Buddha nature and can be Buddhas. It's only because of polluted thinking and attachments do they fail to realize this and to obtain certification. So we all have the Buddha nature." So the first chapter is to establish our goal. Our goal of learning Buddhism is to reach Buddhahood. Chapter 2, 8 bases of learning Buddhism. We need to analyze everything in 8 aspects. The first 3, we need to analyze and know its substance, its form, and its function. Then we need to know the cause, condition, and the effect. And then we need to know the practice and the theory. If we can understand and analyze everything in terms of 8 aspects, then you'll be able to understand all the profound teaching in all the sutras. Chapter 3 is clearing up misconceptions about Buddhism. We might have 5 kinds of misconceptions about Buddhism. Number 1, we might think Buddhism is superstitious. We just bow to statues for good luck. So that's what some people might think. Or number 2, we might think Buddhism is very pessimistic. It's all about death and reincarnation and suffering. And number 3, people might think it's creationism. Buddha is a god that is creating everything. Number 4, we might think it's unrealistic. We cannot really practice the teaching in real life. It's kind of too idealistic. Number 5, we might think it's not very scientific. That all the things that Buddha is talking about, we can't really prove it scientifically. So if you have these doubts, then you won't be able to really learn Buddhism. So we need to clear up all the doubts, and if other people have doubts and questions, you will be able to answer them. So these first 3 chapters, they are the introduction to this book if we consider this book as a sutra. Then chapter 4 through 13, that's the main body of the sutra. Chapter 14 is the transmission, the last chapter of the sutra. Let's look at the main body of this book. Chapter 4, life is difficult. First, we need to understand what's our situation right now. Nobody can escape old age, sickness, and death, or separation from loved ones, or loss of wealth, or natural disasters. So we need to understand our situation right now and use Buddhism to resolve our problems. That's chapter 4. Chapter 5, the truth about past, present, and future. What if we tell you that reincarnation is true? That you have prior lifetime and you might not be a human. This life is only a very short period of time in the whole reincarnation. And maybe you have many future lifetimes of reincarnation. Maybe it's in the 3 lower rounds. So we're going to talk about the 12 dependent origination. So you understand there's 12 links of cause and effect that is causing the reincarnation from ignorance all the way to old age and death. So that's chapter 5. Chapter 4 and 5 is about our life. Chapter 6 and 7 is about the universe. Chapter 6 is about the 6 rounds of reincarnation. We can be in one of the 6 places when we are reincarnating. We might be a heavenly being, we can be a human, or a Shura realm, which is between heavenly being and human, or we can be in the 3 lower realms, animal realm, or we can be a hungry ghost, or we can be a hell being. You open up your eyes and realize reincarnation is true. So we're gonna learn a lot of details about the 6 rounds of reincarnation. Chapter 7 is the world system. We're gonna talk about the physical place that we're in. We call this world 3,000 worlds. It's made out of small world system, medium-sized world system, and large world system. Our Earth is actually only a small dot in this big universe. So see the truth about our life and the universe. So chapter 4 through 7 is about our current situation. So right now we are sick in our reincarnation. So we need the teaching of Buddha, which is chapter 8 through 13, to help us get out of our sickness and cure our disease. So that's the medicine of Buddha. That is Buddha's teaching and Buddha's Dharma. Chapter 8 is overview of the Dharma. We need to understand what is Buddha's teaching. It's basically the 3 aspects of learning: morality, concentration, and wisdom. Morality is to refrain from doing all that is bad and do all that is good. Concentration is for us not to be moved by the outer circumstances. Wisdom is for us to know the truth about our life and the universe. So we need to practice the 3 aspects of learning. That's the overview of the Dharma. Chapter 9, that's the 5 vehicles. Buddha gives us 5 general methods to practice Buddhism. And it's called vehicle because it's like transportation, like a ferry boat, transferring us from this shore of reincarnation to the other shore of enlightenment and nirvana. These 5 vehicles will be talked about in chapter 10, 11, and 12. So chapter 10 is about the 2 worldly vehicles. If you want to be a human again next lifetime, Buddha will teach you about the 5 precepts. No killing, no stealing, no sexual misconduct, no lying, and no intoxicants. If you can practice the 5 precepts well this lifetime, you might be able to become a human again next lifetime. And if you want to be a heavenly being, then Buddha will teach you about the 10 wholesome deeds, which is expansion of the 5 precepts. So the human vehicle and the heavenly vehicle, they are focused on not going to the 3 lower realms. At least we don't want to be in the 3 lower realms. That is a guarantee. But if you want to get out of the 6th realm completely, then Buddha will teach you about chapter 11. If you want to be an arhat, it's called the Shravaka vehicle. Buddha will teach you about the 4 noble truths. Suffering, cause of suffering, cessation of suffering, and the path to end suffering. If you really understand the 4 noble truths, you can become an arhat and be out of the 6th round of reincarnation. Or if you want to be a Prayaka Buddha, then you will learn the 12 dependent originations. You understand the 12 links of interrelated cause and effect relationship in order for you to understand the truth about how reincarnation works and what is our reincarnation really about. So this is actually what we call the Theravada Buddhism. And if you want to be a Bodhisattva, we will talk about chapter 12. Buddha will teach you the 6 paramita. We should be giving and hold precepts and have endurance, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. So if you want to help all sentient beings, your main focus is not on going to the nirvana. You want to stay with the sentient beings and help them out. You will risk your life and have the danger of staying in this reincarnation because you really are compassionate about saving and helping all sentient beings. So everybody needs to actually learn all the 5 vehicles. You need to use them skillfully depending on your problem and your situation. For example, if I'm having anger right now, I can use the worldly vehicles of 10 wholesome deeds. I will say, okay, I should hold the precept, we have no anger, or I can use the 4 noble truths. Anger is a cause of suffering, and there's actually not me being offended, so I should let go of my anger. So that's using the 4 noble truths. Or you can use the 6 paramita. I am a bodhisattva. I should be tolerant to all people, so I should let go of my anger. So use all the 5 dharma, all the 5 vehicles skillfully and selectively, but you need to learn all of them. And chapter 13 is the special vehicle, which is the Pure Land Buddhism. It is about chanting Amitabha Buddha's name. Why is it called a special vehicle? Because it's different from the 5 general vehicles. The 5 general vehicles is basically your own practice. It's relying on your own strength to practice morality, concentration, and wisdom. But if you chant Amitabha Buddha's name, it's relying on Amitabha Buddha's power along with your own practice. So every time you chant Buddha's name, it's like Buddha is giving us all his merits to us freely. We are now born in the royalty, so our success this life is guaranteed. So once you chant Buddha's name, you are guaranteed to be out of the 6th round reincarnation and very quickly. So that's the special vehicle, the expedient means. Lastly, in the chapter 14, it's about vigilance. We need to have really strong awareness. We should really think about this lifetime. Do we really want to go through reincarnation again? What if there's really reincarnation? Buddha says the chance of us being a human again next lifetime is extremely slim. Usually we are in the 3 lower rounds. And if you really know that practicing the Dharma will make you go out of the 6th round, wouldn't you practice really hard? And if you know that you can become a Buddha, wouldn't you spend all your time chanting Buddha's name, learning the Dharma? So have vigilance and feel the urgency to practice. Right now, we don't feel any urgency because we don't see reincarnation. We feel like this is the only life, is this existence. But it's not. We have many lifetimes to come. We need to work on our cultivation of the few years that we have left as a human being. We should really practice and don't waste our life away. Okay, so this is the overview of the 14 chapters, and next time we are going to start on chapter 1, the meaning of Buddha. So thank you for listening. Amitabha.